Hello there, Gemini, and welcome to your reading for this week. I'm Simone, and I'll be doing both a general and a love reading for you for this week from the 6th to the 12th of September. I've already pre-shuffled your cards, so I'm just getting set to ask the universe, what does Gemini need to know for this week? Please, universe, what can Gemini expect for this week? Now, please keep in mind that this is not a personal reading. It's basically for anyone who comes across it. Oh, I've already got some cards popping out here. So it's not a personal reading. It may or may not resonate with everyone. If it does, that's fantastic. If it doesn't, you may need to look at your moon, rising, or Venus as well to get a better idea of what to expect this week, Gemini. But getting straight into your reading, we've already had a card pop out there, which is don't rush. So just being able to take your time with things this week, Gemini, keeping in mind that, you know, if something is meant for you, it will come to you or it will happen. You know, usually the things that are meant for us, they don't ever pass us by. And if they do, they always come back. So you might be in a place this week with that ask yourself why card. You might be in a place this week where you're wondering why things have happened the way that they have. I feel like quite a lot of you are reflective this week. We've got always on my mind as well. So you might be thinking a bit about the past. But I feel like this week you've got a bit of a one-track mind there, Gemini. Wondering why things have happened the way that they did. Wondering if you caused a situation to turn out the way that it has. You could have someone that's always on your mind. It could be a situation as well, though. But I'm feeling like, you know, perhaps it will be good for you to just let things play out as they're supposed to, you know, in a sense, let the universe take the wheel and just sit back and let things play out as they're supposed to, because I feel like it's not anything that you've done and it's not anything that you can do differently to change the situation. I feel like the circumstances surrounding your situation, things are as they are supposed to be, Gemini. So I feel like just sit back and let things happen as they're supposed to. Don't try and control outcomes, Gemini. But let's find out what else you can expect this week. Where is this, what's the story that the universe is trying to tell us here? What can Gemini expect this week? We've just got a whole bunch of cards. So we've got the Knight of Wands here. So you might be feeling a little bit indecisive about something. I feel like maybe the plan has been changed. I also feel like either somebody wants to communicate with you or you want to communicate with someone else, but you're not quite sure of how to do it. We've got the Two of Swords and the Six of Wands as well. So I'm definitely feeling indecisive here. And I feel like you're just trying to work out, Gemini, of how to proceed to get to your place of victory, to see some success here. I feel like you do want to approach somebody and let them know how you're feeling. I do feel like you want to approach somebody and tell them about how they've hurt you or how they've let you down. Also, I feel like you are feeling prepared to take some of the blame in the situation, but you also want to know the truth. You want to know where things have gone wrong. I feel like there's a bit of a standoff going on here, Gemini. Like you want to talk and somebody else wants to talk, but nobody is doing that because you're both feeling hurt. And one of you walked away from the situation, and now you're wondering how is what's the best way to proceed here. And you want, I feel like you want the fighting, or you want to see an end to this. But at the moment, there is no end in sight. But you're feeling hopeful with that star here. And I feel like you're willing to put in the work necessary to come back together with this person who so far things have not worked out so well with. And then they've just told me to look at the bottom of the deck, which I have, Gemini, and I've got the Lovers. So this tells me that it could be a relationship situation that is always on your mind, and that the two of you are probably not really communicating at the moment. But there's also coming back to choices here. How is the best way to proceed? And I've got under that, we've got the Magician. So this is something that you've been manifesting, Gemini. This is something that you've been working towards, and you're just trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I come in? You've got that hesitancy there, and you're just trying to work out how do we make amends? How do we listen to and understand each other? I feel like is the important thing here. It's like somebody's got their ears blocked and doesn't want to listen to the other person. We've got the Justice card here, which tells me that things are going to be coming into balance, and there's a chance of a fresh start here with the Ace of Cups. I feel like emotions are overflowing here with this Ace of Cups, but I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to speak what's on your mind, Gemini, because we've got the Justice card here. It's like a balancing of karma, and things are going to start falling into place within this situation here for you. Now, it can be, I feel like for most of you, it's a love situation, and that's why I was told to look at that Lovers card there. But for some of you, this could be family or friendship as well. But I feel like there is going to be the opportunity for things to fall into place here. Now, for some of you, it could be that there was a third party involved, because when I pull the Three of Pentacles, that often tells me that there's a third party involved. So some of you may be wondering, if there is a third party involved, what's going on there. And to me, it feels like the third party has been let go of, or is about to be let go of, and that's why it comes on the back of this Seven of Swords. Also, it could be that you were wondering if there is a third party involved here, because the Seven of Swords is often about truths that are not being told. So the fact that those two are coming together tells me that there could be a third party that you were not aware of, and you were wondering about that. But I do feel like that third party situation has come to an end, or it is about to come to an end. And I feel like you can be quite hopeful that there's going to be some movement in this situation for you, Gemini. And this is something that I feel like you've been putting work in to be able to see some good come out of this situation, and to see things start falling in your favor. And then we've got the King of Swords, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune tells us that, this is the right time for things to start, or for the wheel to start spinning in the way that you'd like it to. With that King of Swords there, I feel like you're going to be hearing the truth, basically. And I feel like you've put in, as I said, a lot of work, and you've really come quite a long way, Gemini, as far as this situation goes. I feel like I said right at the start, when you got that Ask Yourself Why card, I feel like you've really been taking a very long, hard and close look at yourself, and where you may have affected the situation with this person. And I feel like you're now willing to say, hey, I can see where things might have gone wrong. Can we please talk about this? But also, as I said, feeling a bit hesitant, not quite sure how to move in there. But I think that things will probably start happening for you, and you're probably going to hear some truths. And I feel like you want to offer loyalty to somebody where you can say, hey, I might have done the wrong thing in the past, but now I'm ready to do the right thing, and I'm going to stand by you, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm ready. I'm happy to take my time with this, and just see how things go, Gemini. So that's a pretty good outcome to get there. But we are going to move into the love reading now, and see what's coming up in love this week for Gemini, please. And we are starting with the Temperance card, which is really funny that it falls under Don't Rush, because Temperance often tells us to have patience, because somebody has got some decisions to make. They would like to communicate. Now, this could be you. It could be your person. We will find out a bit further in a minute. But, yeah, it's just saying hold on a minute, and make sure that you have everything straight, because there is some confusion here. Somebody's trying to make a decision, but they also would like to communicate. And in this deck, for me, that Eight of Wands is quite passionate communication. So somebody does want to communicate how they are feeling at the moment. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. This row is you, Gemini. We've got the Knight of Wands. And we've got the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups. So, again, I feel like you just really would like to come together with somebody, Gemini. You want to tell them exactly how you're feeling. And I feel like you are ready to be honest. You're ready. You've gotten yourself into a really good place, Gemini, where you are ready for the Two of Cups. For me, that's soulmate. You're ready to come together with your soulmate, and I feel like you want to tell them how you're feeling. You want to tell them that you've put in work on yourself, and you want to celebrate a connection with them. You're feeling really, really passionately feeling really passionate about this person, Gemini. They've just shown me something. I actually got two things, so one at a time, please, universe. Okay, so they've shown me somebody's collecting sticks. Maybe you're going like bushwalking or hiking, and you pick up a stick as you're walking along, and you use that sort of to lean on, or maybe you draw in the sand with it. Perhaps you're even bringing these sticks home, because I feel like I'm collecting them. So you're out in the bush or the forest and you are picking up sticks. So whoever that resonates with, that they'd like you to pay attention to this reading, please. Also, somebody's experiencing headaches. Now, I am not a medical professional by any means. Quite the opposite, actually. But somebody's experiencing headaches. And I feel like I need to tell this person that is because they're having too much screen time, or they're looking at bright lights or staring at screens for too long, and they may need some of those blue light glasses. Or if it's not just blue light glasses, you may need to have your eyes checked by an optometrist and get some actual glasses or reading glasses, Gemini. So whoever that's for, I never know. But there's something in this message for you. And then in the row for your person, we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Hierophant. So, Gemini, your person, I feel like, yes, they want to approach you. And yes, they have big dreams of the two of you coming together. But I feel like while you've gone away and you've been working on yourself, they haven't put in a whole lot of work on themselves. So still a little bit emotionally immature here with this Page of Pentacles, but they do want to come together with you. I feel like they would like for that to happen really soon with this Knight of Swords here. And with the Hierophant, they are thinking about long-term commitment with you, which is super cool. I feel like some of you haven't been in contact with your person for quite some time, and it's already happened recently. Like maybe within the last few days, you've heard from them or you've made contact with them. And I feel like that now they're thinking, okay, I'm still a little bit confused about the whole situation. Gemini seems like or Gemini seems like they have, because I'm not gender specific with the readings, but Gemini seems like they've really bossed up. And Gemini seems to know what they want. So I'm really keen to come in and have something with Gemini here. But now I'm feeling like Gemini's a bit too good for me, even though I can see that, you know, we could have a long-term relationship and connection here. And it also feeling like, well, Gemini can teach me a lot. It looks like Gemini has some life experience where I could learn some things from Gemini. But yeah, so I feel like they want to offer you their love, time, and commitment, but they're on a bit of more of an immature level than you at the moment, Gemini. But the feelings are still there, which is really cool. But I'm just going to pull the last few cards to find out what's going on here. It's looking really good. There's just a lot of indecision. Where I feel like you know what you want, Gemini, your person is feeling a little unsure because they feel like you might be at a level now where you're a bit too good for them. So the sort of final outcome here for this situation is there's a whole lot of thinking going on, Gemini, and I feel like while the both of you know that you are supposed to be together, we're thinking on it. There's not a whole lot happening. They know that you're their everything, you're their rainbow, and they want to give you that love, but they're stuck thinking about it. Both of you know with this Ace of Wands that you should be together, and that you'd like to give it a go, but I feel like everything is not being said. So both you and your person are holding back a little bit, and I don't know if you can see it in this card here, the moon, where you've got two wolves both howling at the moon, and I feel like that's you and your person howling at the moon, because instead of communicating clearly with each other how you feel, you're holding those feelings in, and it's causing a bit of grief here. But sooner or later, it's going to come out. Sooner or later, those true feelings are going to come out, which that's what you want here, Gemini. You want to know how each other feels. You want to know where each other stands. Your person thinks you're amazing. They think that you've made some changes, which they really like. But they're now feeling like, well, maybe Gemini's a bit too good for me. But you should see some communication happening soon. There might still be a little bit of emotion hidden, but you should be hearing from your person soon, if you haven't already, because I feel like for some of you it's already happened. And just keeping in mind that there is no rush here, Gemini. Just let things unfold as they're supposed to. But thank you so much for watching your reading this week, Gemini. If it did for you, please like, share, or subscribe. I truly appreciate it. And I will most definitely see you here again next week. Thanks, Gemini. Look after yourself. Hello there, Libra, and welcome to your weekly reading with me. I'm Simone, and this week I will again be doing both a general and a love reading for you. Please keep in mind that these are not personal readings, or this is not a personal reading. So it may or may not resonate with you. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But you may need to go and have a look at your moon, rising, or Venus sign as well, just to get a better idea of what to expect for this week. I don't know if I said what dates I'm reading for, but this is from the 6th to the 12th of September. It may stretch out over a few more weeks as well, but we'll see what happens. I did pre-shuffle your cards, but if you've watched one of my readings before, you would know that I pull a few cards just to get the general vibe of what your reading is going to be about, Libra. And we've had a card pop out here. Oh, we've got 3 now. 3 cards have popped out, which is exactly how I like it. So let's have a look. We've got divine timing, kindness, and movement, Libra. So this is telling us that it is the right time for you to start to see some movement in your life. Things are going to start happening. I feel like things are going to start happening quite quickly for you here, Libra. And I also feel like this kindness card is referring to you, Libra, where you need to be kind to yourself. Yeah, it's always important that we're kind to other people, but I do feel like you've been a bit hard on yourself lately, probably because things are not happening in a timely fashion, or the way in which you would like to see things happen. But I do feel like it's time. It's time to see some movement. It's time for things to start picking up in your life. I feel like some of you have been really down in your emotional state over the past few months. For someone, I don't know for how many of you, I don't know how many Libras are watching, but they just said it's been the last 3 years for somebody where you felt like things are not going your way. And I feel like the 3 years of, Libra, there's some trauma there that I'm picking up on. So the last 3 years have been a bit traumatic for some of you. And I'm feeling like you're starting to come out of that particular cycle in your life, Libra. And whoever that's for, whoever has been going through quite traumatic circumstances, or you're feeling like your heart is really heavy, I really do feel awful for you, Libra, because that's not a nice place to be in. But I do feel like things are starting to turn more in your favor now, and you should see some really good things starting to come your way, Libra, which I really, really, truly do hope that starts to happen for you, for whoever is feeling down at the moment. And then the next card out is the Two of Cups, which for me, that's a card of soulmates. So if you've been waiting to come together with somebody who you feel like you're connected to on a soulmate level, somebody who you probably haven't been in contact with, or who you've been separated from, I feel like the universe is doing things to bring the two of you together. Now, I've done a few readings before this one, Libra, and everyone's reading has been about love and has been about coming together with someone. So here again, we're talking about soulmates, and this is before I've even started the love reading. So talking about coming together with a soulmate. Now, if it's not a soulmate, if you do not have somebody that you are wanting to come together with in a romantic sense, then it could just be, it could be a friend, it could be a family member who you've been a bit separated from, and you're now looking at coming together. I feel like with this Chariot card here, it's saying that, it's funny, it's under the movement card, because the Chariot is about overcoming obstacles and seeing movement in things, and success as well. So where things have been stagnant, where you've been healing and repairing from that exhaustion or that trauma that you've been in, things are really going to start moving, and you'll see yourself sort of breaking free from that sort of the cage that you've been in, Libra. And you know, the universe is saying it's time for things to start moving forward. Libra's been repairing and resting and recuperating, and it's time for things to start moving forward. You've been kind to yourself and given yourself a bit of a break there, Libra, which, you know, I really hope that is the case. But what else can Libra expect in this story? Please, universe, tell us what Libra can expect in this story. What's going on for Libra this week? Okay, so yeah, a soulmate connection where you guys have not been communicating, or there was an argument or a falling out, which caused a bit of a tower moment where things were really shaken up there. But now somebody is looking to communicate here, and I feel like there's hesitancy around this. The Knight of Wands does come in with communication, but they also are holding back a bit because they're not sure of how to proceed. There's a bit of fear here, or they're not sure about how the other person is going to react, and they've just said to me, look at the bottom of the deck, and at the bottom of the deck we've got the Five of Pentacles, which says to me that this is a situation in which either you've been left out in the cold, Libra, or you've left somebody out in the cold. So this is somebody from your past where I feel like there was a falling out or an argument, some kind of a misunderstanding, which created this crumbling of the relationship, whatever it might be, friendship, family, romance. There was a crumbling, and you needed to take a time out. You took a step back, but now we're looking at coming back together with this Knight of Wands and the Chariot and movement. Things are starting to come together here. So there should be some kind of communication if it hasn't already happened. Feeling like for some of you, yeah, it has already happened. For others of you, it's going to be happening soon, within the next couple of weeks, because I'm feeling like it's time to let go of the old wounds between you and this person that you've not been in contact with, Libra. Oh, okay. Want to get that message out real quick. Okay, so here we go with the Page of Cups. So there is an offer coming, an offer of stability. I feel like somebody here is really going to be expressing their emotions. We've got the Page of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Wands. That is screaming communication. Definitely communication, and open communication, which is the key thing here. I think talking about this situation over here that it caused this crumbling of the relationship. I feel like it's time now to talk about what happened, and thinking about the future with these Two of Wands here. Trying to work out, well, how can we come together now, and how can we stay together? How can we stop this from happening again? Because with this Page of Cups, it's like there's an optimism and positivity that's coming up with this connection. So yeah, we've been apart. Yeah, we haven't been speaking, but now I feel like I want to work towards the future, and there's definitely an offer here. It's like, look at this Page of Wands. Look how he is looking at the wand. Now remember, the reading is not gender specific, male or female. It really doesn't matter. But if you can see this Page of Wands, he's looking at his wand like it's everything. You know, it's like, well, I have so much to offer, and I have so much that I want to say, and he's feeling hopeful that the leaves on his wand can actually grow and become a tree. You know, looking at making positive things happen in the future, which is just beautiful, Libra. And I don't know, something that they're showing me at the moment is somebody having their hair done. So perhaps you're having your hair done while you're watching this reading. Maybe you had your hair done yesterday, or you're thinking about having your hair done. I'm not really sure. I just tell you what they show me. But whoever that resonates with, they would like for you to pay extra attention to the reading, please. And then the next card out is the Eight of Cups. So that's telling me that this is a situation where somebody has walked away. Emotions are very heavy here. This is a very emotional connection, being that it is a soulmate connection. Remembering that soulmates can be romantic, friends, or family. Soulmates come in all shapes and forms. So, yeah, somebody did take a time out from this. And they did walk away here, but I feel like they're still very emotionally attached, which is something that's coming up very strongly here. Still super emotionally attached and not feeling quite sure about how to express those feelings or where to put the emotions. I feel like emotions are being hidden because of the wounding that was experienced, Libra. So now I'm hiding my emotions because I'm not quite sure of how to express them. And then we've got the moon, which is basically just what I said. So there's emotions that are being hidden. And I feel like also you need to be aware that the universe is making things happen that you're not aware of. The universe is doing its work. And then again, they said, look at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles here. So that tells me that, you know, this person, this soulmate, you would like to see everything fall into place with this person. You'd like to see abundance with this person and in this situation. And I think, you know, if you could just get to that point where emotions can be expressed freely and where there's not so much fear around expressing emotion and how you feel, then I feel like perhaps things could start moving forward, as, you know, the movement card and the Chariot and the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, they're all suggesting that there's open communication here to get the ball rolling, to get things moving forward. But there is some fear in these cards as well, because we're not sure of, you know, are you going to get hurt again? Is the other person going to be hurt? I feel like there's a lot of hesitancy because of the fear of getting hurt, Libra. But let's see what these final two cards are. We've got the High Priestess, so knowing that there's a connection here, knowing that, or trusting your intuition is probably a better way of saying it, because the High Priestess, she just has this knowing. Her intuition is very strong, and I feel like you have this knowing that you're supposed to be in contact with this person, and it's something that you think about a lot, Libra. Some of you may not be sleeping, as you can see in this Nine of Swords card. Some of you may not be sleeping. There's a lot of worry around this situation. And I feel like the worry is mostly about the fears that I was talking about before. But I do feel like you need to trust your intuition on this one. If you feel like this person is coming at you with honesty and a good heart, then maybe it's good to hear them out. Maybe it's good to sort of bury the hatchet and let go of the things that have happened in the past, because the universe is doing its work to try and bring you together and to try and work on that situation, Libra, which I think would be really nice for you to have that kind of closure and to be able to move forward with positivity. I've been struggling so much to say the word positivity today. I keep wanting to say possibility, which makes me think, well, you know, that there is a possibility that things can work out here. So just keeping an open mind, being kind to yourself, going easy on yourself, please, Libra. But we are going to move into your love reading now, which I feel like is going to be really interesting. And there might be some good news for, I feel like, Librans that are waiting to connect with their soulmate. I feel like there's going to be some good news in this. But what can Libra expect in love this week, please, universe? What can Libra expect in love this week, please, lovely universe? Please guide Libra. Okay, so the first card out here is the Judgment card. And then we've got the Four of Swords and we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that the energy around your connection here, somebody's looking for a second chance. I feel like although there's wounding here and there's been a lot to heal from, I feel like that it's now time. And it's really funny because when you get the wheel, that's talking about destiny and divine timing. You also had divine timing in your first card out, Libra. So I feel like it is now time for second chances. I feel like for some of you it's third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances, if I'm being honest. And also they're bringing me to the month of March. So whoever the month of March resonates with, it could be someone's birthday, it could be an anniversary, but I feel like it is in some way significant to this connection that we're talking about here with your person. But yeah, with that Judgment card, oh, wow. Okay, we've had some cards falling out of the deck, and I am going to take them because I'm going to trust the universe on this one. So with that Judgment card, they're feeling like we're looking at second chances. We're looking at bringing something into play again for another go, because we're healing from what has happened in the past, and because it's time, enough time has passed that we can now be looking at this situation again. This row here, Libra, this is you. So I feel like you want to make things work with this person. We've got the Five of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So first and foremost, you're ready to start putting in the work necessary to make things work with this person. I mean, look at this guy in the Five of Swords. Remember, not being gender specific, but look at him. He is holding on to his head. He's wondering, why can't I make this work? Why did it not work in the past? And what can I do to make this work out? There's also some crows in there, which tells us that we're thinking about communication. But I also feel like even though things have gone wrong in the past, you're quite hopeful that you can get to a point where you can start to make things work with your person. You are feeling hesitant here in this Three of Wands. Not exactly sure why. Well, I am sure why. It's because you've been hurt in the past. So you're hesitant to take those steps towards your person, but I feel like when you get to that point, you will be ready to put in the work to make it work with this person. And your person in this bottom row here is now feeling like they're ready to have an equal give and take with you. Sometimes this comes up as breadcrumbing. In this instance, I feel like they're ready to have an equal give and take with you. As you're ready to now put in the work, they're ready to now put in the work. They're ready to start a whole new cycle with you. You've got death and rebirth, and you've got the Judgment card as well, which tells me that they're ready to start again. They've let go of any sort of bad behaviors that they had in the past, and they're ready to be with you, Libra. You've got the Lovers card here. So I'm feeling like they are ready to be with you. Also, if any one of you is dealing with a Gemini, I've just heard Gemini, and I know that the Lovers card does relate with Gemini, but I don't always talk about the zodiac signs that the cards relate to. But in this instance, they wanted me to say Gemini. So if you are dealing with a Gemini, then there's something in this reading for you. But yeah, if there were some bad behaviors in the past, they're now ready to let go of those behaviors and to switch things up so that you guys can come together and have this sort of passionate relationship here. And then I've got the Devil, the Nine of Swords, and the Moon. So, and we've got an extra card as well, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like your person wants you to see them as being their everything now. There is this tie that you two have to each other. Now, for some of you, you have children together. And so this is always going to keep you bound to each other. I keep hearing children. There are children involved. Also, I just need to point out that for those of you who were in a relationship where there might have been some kind of really seriously bad behavior, talking about any kind of abuse, or they're highlighting substance abuse as well, so drugs or alcohol, which in some way really affected you or affected their behavior towards you. Just being really mindful of how that situation played out. I don't feel like anybody's in danger here, but I am being really drawn to the red in this Nine of Swords. It's screaming at me like a red flag. So the way I'm hearing it is perhaps forgive, but don't completely forget, because you still need to kind of have your wits about you and you need to still be looking out for the red flags. That's not to say that things will not work this time around, Libra, but I think just being mindful of the red flags, and you know what those red flags are. But again, we've got the Nine of Swords, which we had in the other deck as well, which tells me that this is weighing very heavily on your mind, and you do want to, with this Moon, talk about how you're feeling with this person. And I do feel like there is definitely movement here for the two of you to come back together. It is slow movement. I do have to add that in there with this Knight of Pentacles. It is slow movement. He's walking instead of riding his horse. But there is movement happening. The universe is doing the work that's needed, and your person, they think you're amazing, and I feel like they want a second chance here. So that is completely up to you, Libra. But I feel like there is still a connection here. There is still love in this connection. Is it a soulmate connection? Yes, I feel like it is. But I just need to bring up just thinking about those red flags when you and this person do come together. It may be a case actually of the two of you just bumping into each other quite unexpectedly, like the universe just places the two of you in the same place at the same time. So I feel like somebody's walking down the street and the two of you just sort of bump into each other. So that would be very interesting if it does play out like that, but that is what they are showing me. Also, whoever's drinking a Coke at the moment, of all the things, whoever is drinking a Coke at the moment, they would like for you to pay extra attention to the reading. You may need to rewind. I feel like it's specifically related to the red flags. So just going back and having a watch over the reading again. But thank you so much, Libra. If this reading did resonate, if it offered you some guidance or clarity, please do like, share, or subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. But otherwise, I will see you back here next week. I wish you all have a very good week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, Libra. Bye for now. Hello there, Aquarius, and welcome to your weekly reading with me. I'm Simone, and I will be doing both a general and a love reading for you for this week from the 6th to the 12th of September. Please keep in mind that this is not a personal reading, so it may or may not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't, that's okay. You may need to look at your moon, Venus, or rising sign as well, just to get a better idea of what you can expect this week, Aquarius. Now, I've already pre-shuffled your cards. And can I just say, some of you may be feeling a little bit discombobulated this week, Aquarius, because as I was pre-shuffling, your cards were just flying out all over the place. I just couldn't get the shuffle. I kept dropping cards everywhere, and I had to keep going over and over and over because it was just really out of control. So if that is you, Aquarius, if you are feeling a bit all over the place, I feel for you. And hopefully we're going to see things falling into place for you this week, Aquarius. But let's see what we've got. I've already had one card jump out at me, which is make contact. So either you're looking to make contact with somebody or you're waiting for somebody to make contact with you, Aquarius. You could be waiting on some news. We've got blockages and we've got heal. So you could be waiting to hear from somebody who you've not heard from for a while. And that, or there could be some the blockages there could be that you're just not physically able to get to somebody who you'd like to be in contact with. But also it could be that there's been a bit of a falling out there, and you are now trying to heal your lovely heart, Aquarius. It could also be that you're trying to heal because you're unable to connect with somebody who you'd really like to connect with. We've got the Seven of Cups there. Next card out. It doesn't always feel like this for me when I pull this card, Aquarius. And there we go. We've had cards jump out again. But it's feeling like, yeah, you've got a lot of choices that you can make at the moment. But I'm feeling like you've got a lot coming at you and you're just not sure of which way to go at the moment. Some of you may be thinking about studying here with the Hierophant. I'm being drawn to talking about studying or doing some kind of learning, training. You may even be trying to open up a bit more spiritually. But I feel like you're looking at doing this to get yourself ahead in life with your future, to set yourself up for the future. But there are some blockages here at the moment. And I feel like when I look at this Seven of Cups, I feel like you just don't know which way to go. You just don't know what to choose because things are feeling a bit uncertain for you at the moment. And with this Five of Wands here, I feel like there are, again, some blockages perhaps preventing you from studying or preventing you from being able to get ahead. It's possible that you need to connect with somebody who can help you to get ahead here. So maybe there's an email that needs to be written, or you're expecting an email from somebody to tell you what steps you need to take next. But I feel like this is really stressing you out, Aquarius. I feel like you don't like this feeling of uncertainty, but you really would like to see some movement here with this Queen of Cups. That's telling me like you've got your eye on the prize. You know what you want. You know what you need to be, where you need to be, but you've got this blockage. Perhaps you're not working at the moment, and you just want to get back into work, but there's something stopping you from doing that. And I feel like there are quite a few people involved in this. Now, it could be a higher power that's preventing you from being able to either work or study, but you really want to get ahead, and completely stressing you out here. It's like, well, you're at a loss with what to do next. The Fool tells us that you are going to be seeing this opportunity to move forward. The Fool's about taking a leap of faith, taking a risk, and stepping forward and doing something. So whoever you need to make contact with, Aquarius, please get onto that. Tell that I keep coming back to the higher powers. Get in touch with the higher powers and let them know where you're at the minute and what you need. Very important, what you need. And right now, very randomly, they're showing me a piece of toast. So if you're eating toast right now, making toast, thinking about toast, you really like toast, I'm not really sure. I have dropped cards again. There is something in this message for you, whoever it is that has that connection to toast at the moment. Really general, I know, but that's what they've drawn me to. So there's something in this message for you, and it's got to be, excuse me, about making contact with the higher powers. Now, it could be your boss. It could be if you're in study, it could be the person, like the director or something of the institution that you study with, or a teacher. But you need to be making contact with that person. Just take the leap. Go ahead, make contact. I don't feel like it's not going to work in your favor, or you're not going to upset anybody by doing that, Aquarius. Really, it's really being yelled at me. Make contact, make contact. So go ahead and do that, because it's going to bring you, hopefully, some really good news there. With the sun is about abundance. You know, anything's possible when you see the sun there. And I feel like it's going to get you out of this sort of rut that you're in at the moment. Now, with this 6 of Cups here, it may be somebody that you've been connected to in the past. Maybe a past job, or maybe like an area of study that you were going to get into and then you decided not to do it, and now you're thinking about doing it again. Or it's an old boss that maybe you want to connect with because they may have a job offer for you, Aquarius. Either way, go ahead and do it. The sun is like a big yes. That's like one of the biggest yes cards in the deck. So go ahead, take the leap, make that contact with that person or that institution or whatever it may be, because that's going to get you ahead towards your wish fulfillment. The King of Cups here tells us that you're looking for your wish fulfillment, looking for some kind of balance here and stability. And I feel like with this Emperor card, you don't want to give up. And again, the Emperor is about authority. So I feel like it comes back to those higher powers, Aquarius, making contact with the higher powers, old boss, new boss, just somebody with a boss energy. And tell them what it is that you need or what you'd like. I feel like they're going to get you closer to that stability that you're looking for. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So I think maybe you're feeling like things are not going to work in your favor. You're probably also having to hang on to your money at the moment, Aquarius, with that Four of Pentacles there. But with the King of Swords here, I feel like you're being very practical about things. But I feel like, you know, you've put a lot of effort into things and you've really come a long way. And I feel like it's time to take that step forward and express yourself to those who need to hear it. Aquarius, make yourself known. No, do not hide in the shadows. Do not fall back, because people need to know you. People need to know what you want. And if you are studying, Aquarius, I feel like, I mean, this could be with work as well, but I feel like you're going to get noticed. Yes, because you need to make contact with someone, but also because I feel like you're very good at what you do. I feel like you're very skilled. And that's about to really be noticed. So stepping forward and speaking up is, you know, Aquarians, you don't always like having the spotlight on you, but I feel like it is time for you to have the spotlight on yourself and for people to really start noticing the hard work that you put in. And they've just had me look at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Justice card here on the bottom of the deck, which tells us that you should see things falling into place, and you should see a bit of a balance there. And I feel like saying the scales are going to tip in your favor. I don't know if you can see that this person in the Justice card is holding some scales, but I feel like the scales are going to tip in your favor, Aquarius, but it is about making contact and removing the blockages there that have you so very stressed out at the moment. So take that step forward, Aquarius. But we are going to move into your love reading now. Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know about love for this week? Please, universe. What does Aquarius need to know about love for this week? We're starting with the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Knight of Wands there. So, Aquarius, I think there's a lot of love in this connection. You've got the Queen of Cups here, which for me is the biggest amount of love that two people can have for each other. And I feel like you're at a point where you're wanting to be able to sort of scream this love from the rooftops. You want to celebrate this connection that you have here. And I think that your person that you're dealing with sees you as somebody who is a lot of fun. I'm feeling like there's a bit of regret here because perhaps somebody has let somebody else go. And I feel like they'd now like to be expressing the feelings that they have. I feel like somebody's a bit guarded at the moment, Aquarius, but at the same time, I feel like they would like to express that love. And then there in the second row there, that talks about how you're feeling at the moment, Aquarius. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which tells me that you are really just looking for somebody that you can settle down with. But again, with the blockages, we've got the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you might have something to do with the reason that you're sort of left out in the cold at the moment, Aquarius. Possibly because you're not expressing how you feel. You're trying to block off this love that's there. Even though you can feel it, you're not doing anything about it. In this Five of Pentacles, as you can see, there's a key and the lock is right there next to it. It's just a matter of picking up that key and unlocking that door. But I feel like you're hesitant to do that. I feel like there's this real battle within yourself at the moment, and you're trying to work out how to get yourself to that point where you're comfortable expressing how you feel, letting those walls down a little bit, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to let your person know how you feel. And then they've just shown me someone running. So either this could be a twin flame relationship where we've got the runner and the chaser and you are the runner, Aquarius, or they are bringing my attention to somebody who is perhaps you've just been for a run, or you are making the conscious decision to be more active and look at looking after your health. So take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, that's okay. But whoever it is for, they would just like for you to pay some extra special attention to the reading. And then in the bottom row for your person, Aquarius, we've got the Hermit, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Now, you've got the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups in one reading. That is pretty special. But I feel like your person is trying to work out where things have gone wrong. I feel like they're pretty upset about this. I kind of feel like, Aquarius, you've left your person out in the cold. And they're a little bit confused at the moment. Trying to work out, well, how do I make my way back to Aquarius? How do I get Aquarius to fall in love with me again? Little do they know that Aquarius is actually in love. Your person is deeply in love with you too. They've got this big, huge cup of love. There's so much love here that it's leaking out. As you can see, it's falling out into the bottom of the card because they've got this huge amount of love to give there. But I feel like you've blocked them out, Aquarius. And they are really upset about this, and they just want to be able to come back. They want you to let them in. They want to know how you're feeling. And the thing is, at the end of the day, you're both in love with each other. So, I mean, obviously they must have done something to piss you off for you to lock them out, Aquarius. But you do see them as somebody that you would like to settle down with. And there's a lot of love here. And they've got a lot of love that they'd like to offer you. So I wonder, what is the problem here? I'm going to ask the cards, Aquarius, what is the problem here? Why is Aquarius blocking out their person, universe? Why is Aquarius blocking out their person? Now, they've given us the World, the Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. And all of that together tells me that Aquarius got scared. Aquarius is indecisive, and you've got your walls up a bit, you've got your guard up. You don't want that uncomfortable feeling of being vulnerable. But, you know, when the World comes up, it's telling us not to be fearful. And I think in this case, it's because you and your person both have love for each other. So where you're a little bit scared at the moment, or indecisive, or feeling like you don't want to open up to your person, that is what's holding you back. Where you're going, no, they can come to me. That is what's holding you back here, Aquarius. Try not to be so scared of the feelings. Maybe you felt like they were not honest when they told you how they felt about you. But I can tell you right now, I think this person's thinking about marriage, because they've just shown me a big diamond ring, an engagement ring, which tells me that somebody is thinking about marriage. Now, the next card out here, I've got a whole bunch of cards that just fell out. The next card out is the Six of Wands. So we're talking about having a victory here. The Nine of Pentacles, stability. Your person sees you as being quite stable and being everything that they want. Strength, trying to pull the strength together to walk towards your soulmate, Aquarius, because there is so much love here. And there will be a reason to celebrate really soon. If you pull up or bring together the strength to walk towards your person, your soulmate. Two of Cups, that tells me this is a soulmate connection. So if you pull the strength together to take that step towards your soulmate, who you are so in love with, it's very vice versa here. They feel the same about you. There will be reason to celebrate here. Look at that. We've got a lot of romance with the Knight of Cups. Your person's being honest with you. They want to see a future with you. They want an equal give and take with you. Feeling really upset because they don't have that at the moment with this Five of Swords. And to finish up, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is passionate communication. I feel like that goes both ways. I feel like you want to tell your person how you feel, and they want to tell you how they feel. And the feelings at the end of the day is that this Two of Cups, the lovers right next to each other, that's a soulmate connection. And I think that the conversation needs to be had. Let the walls down a little bit, Aquarius, and let your person in. And you should have a reason to celebrate over here. But thank you so much. That's about all I've got for this week. I hope you enjoyed your weekly reading. If you did, please like, share, or subscribe. I will truly appreciate that. And I will definitely see you back here again next week. Thank you, Aquarius. Look after yourself.